The Cumbrian Coast Railway begins on Platform 2 in Carlisle and ends on Platform 4 in Barrow-in-Furness. It's 84 miles long and has 21 intermediate stations, many of which are request stops. It's a railway line that wears many faces. For many isolated Cumbrian communities, it's a vital transport artery, whatever the winter gales bring. For regular commuters heading to Carlisle, it's a way of daily life. For nuclear workers bound for Stanfield, it's an increasingly important part of their weekly travel plans. And for tourists seeking peace and tranquility away from the hustle and bustle of the Lake District, it's a journey of contrasts and ever-changing views. On one side lie the fells of the Lake District, to the other lies mile upon mile of unspoilt sandy beaches. In its southernmost stretches, the line meanders alongside the salt marshes of the Duddon estuary, close enough to touch. But for one special group of people, the Cumbrian Coast Railway isn't all about landscape and scenery. It has a far deeper significance. These are people, often with broken lives, who are trying to free themselves from the shackles of drug and alcohol addiction through structured programmes of rehabilitation. It's a project pioneered by the Cumbrian Coast Community Rail Partnership in close collaboration with the national charity called Turning Point. The project is aptly named. It's called The Rail Journey to Recovery. It may seem strange to consider how the rail industry is working to help people undergoing rehabilitation for alcohol and substance addiction. Yet here on the Cumbrian Coast Railway, it's firmly embedded in structured programmes operated by Turning Point. But the story doesn't begin here on the railway. It starts at Stanfield House, a residential centre operated by Turning Point in Workington.
When the Community Rail Partnership approached us, I could see the immediate advantages that it would bring to the service users. It dovetailed beautifully into what we're trying to do at Stanfield House with a therapeutic setting. It reinforced what we try to do around self-esteem, confidence, trying to build people's lives again. We try to break down the stigma of substance misuse. We try to make people feel good about being in the community again, and it involves sort of tapping into some of the previous skills these guys had but had sort of lay dormant for many years.
I was on the streets, you see, struggling, and I was just trying and pushing to get in. It took me a long time, but appointments every day, key works every day, seeing my social worker. It was coming to a stage where I was getting frustrated and thinking about giving up, and I just thought it was never going to happen, Then I guess eventually it happened, and it got me into detox, and it was really, really hard, but it's the best thing I ever did.
When I entered rehab, I was in a very dark, lonely, isolated place. I was in a really controlling relationship for 10 years, and through my drug addiction I lost everything. I lost my home, I worked for the NHS, and I also lost custody of my daughter at the age of 9 because I couldn't stop taking drugs for her. And I'd given up, wanted to die. I just couldn't focus on my life. I couldn't focus, my pride wouldn't let me ask for the help. And I eventually asked for the help through Turning Point, and I'm so grateful for Turning Point. They've absolutely turned my life around.
Before I entered rehab, I was very poorly. I had septicemia, and I was in hospital for 4 weeks. I went down to 10 stone. I nearly died. That was through IV use of opiates and crack cocaine. So I think coming here has given me a good chance to get my health together and get my head together, and it's helped me be able to identify what I want to do moving forward from here. I think because before I came here I was very, very down and depressed. I couldn't see a way out of my life. I thought I was stuck in it for good.
Green Road is a remote railway station on the Cumbrian coast, and it's now been fully adopted by Turning Point. The residents have taken this station to their hearts, and it's become a second home for them.
Our residents come to Green Road once a week as part of the rehab structure, and for us as staff what we see is people getting an increase in confidence. Getting on a train is an everyday occurrence for some people. The people that we work with have isolated themselves through their addiction. So getting on a train, talking to a guard, coming here, doing some gardening where local residents will come up, and it's all about building skills. So people skills, but the confidence is the main one, I feel.
Coming to Green Road has been a massive part of my journey. I spent many years in isolation, not getting out at all in my addiction. The actual journey coming up to Green Road gives you time to reflect on your journey and how far that you're progressing in your addiction. The scenery is beautiful, and once you actually get to the train station, the progress that I've seen over the months since I've been coming here is just immense. You know, it gives me great satisfaction to see that the bird feeders are all empty every time I come, and because that's kind of my job. Yeah, and the work that's been put in and the dedication by the other clients has been amazing.
I like coming to Green Road and working on the railway because it gives me a sense of fulfillment, really, to be honest with you. It makes me feel like I'm actually achieving something, and that I'm getting to give something back. Really, I'm learning new skills. I enjoy working with the guys. We have a good crack. I think it brings us together as a group, you know.
I've always been stuck in my alcoholism. I've always been stuck at home, isolating and not giving a care about other people. But now people are seeing what I'm doing, and it's good to, you know, it's really, really good to help people and show that I want to do something in life. You know, it's voluntary, and it's just keeps me motivated, keeps me busy, and I'm just really glad to be here and helping people, helping myself, and get myself back into a routine and structure.
My ambition after leaving Turning Point, Stanfield House, is to become a key worker and support worker, kind of do work like Emma's doing with us. And I think coming to Green Road, it's given me the opportunity to work with others and brush up on my people skills, helps me a lot with my confidence, because I've been in and out of prison a lot. So while you're in prison, you're pretty low on confidence, and after the life that I've led, you get pretty low on confidence because you get put down a lot and knocked down. So it's been good to be able to come here and do something I want for the change and get the chance to help people, because I like to help people. I'm very thankful to the chance we get to come here and do what we do, because it's not like we're made to come here, we do it because we want to come here. So I've had a lot from it, yeah.
I went into detox, very scared, very, very scared, and really struggled with it. But I managed to get through detox. I used to just keep it in the day, but now I can plan. And then I came to Stanfield House, and I've just spent 3 months in Stanfield House. And you know what? My heart belongs to Stanfield House, and it always will. The staff are amazing. You know, the support that you get are amazing. The clients that you meet are amazing. And the journey, I can't say how important that the journey has changed my life.
It's kind of opened a lot of doors for me, really. Not just the door to get myself clean and that, but the door to actually being able to see a future for myself. It's helped me get back in touch with my family, build bridges that I thought were destroyed. My life with my son's a lot better. My son's 16 now, so he's getting into work and that. And it's nice to be able to make him proud. I take a lot of pictures while I'm here, so my family get to see what I'm doing. And I get a lot of nice comments off them, which just makes you feel good about yourself.
I'm sad to be leaving on Friday, you know, and I put a big fight up. You know, when I first got into rehab, I used to wait for Emma, the staff, to come in on the morning. I didn't want her to go home at night because I couldn't get my head around that the staff went home at night. It changes your life. You know, there's many, many addicts out there who are suffering from this disease. And I'd like to give my story, I'd like to share my story with the world, because you can do it. And I'm an example that you can beat this disease if you really want to. I'm far from fixed, I've got a long journey ahead of me. But I've got my daughter coming home to live with me. You know, I lost her at the age of 9. I'm going to be a grandma. You know, I've got my house. Everything is just, I'm happy to be alive. And that sounds a bit of a cliche, but I really mean it.